Parents, here's the homework video for tonight. A couple parents already messaged me about the thought bubble that I'm essentially forcing your kids to do. And what that is them taking the divisor and making all the facts for them. So 6 times 1, 6 times 2, 6 times 3, 6 times 4, 6 times 5, 6 times 6, 6 times 7, 6 times 8, and 6 times 9. And they need to go through this and make sure that they put everything down. This kind of saves them time, believe it or not. A lot of kids will just sit here and think, and then they'll just get stuck. However, with this method, they are able to add essentially 6 to every one of these and get the answer. That way, when they go to divide, they can just look off to the side over here. Again, if it's in your head and you know the facts, it's easy, but for, I'd say, about 92% of my class and Ms. Thomas's class don't know how to do this. So that being said, here we go. Tomorrow, I'm going to explain to them on base 10 blocks why what I'm about to do works. But essentially, this is, I can't make any groups of 6 with this 5, so I have to go to the 57. I look off to my chart over here, and I see that 54 is the closest I can get. So 6 times 9 is 54. Now I subtract. 57 minus 54 leaves me with 3. I bring down my 9. I go back to my list over here. What's the closest I can get to 39 without going over? And that's 6. 6 times 6 gives me 36. 39 minus 36 is a 3. I bring down my 4. 34. Again, I go back here. What's the closest I can get to 34? Off to the side here at 6 times 5. That's 30. 34 minus 30 leaves me with 4. And that's going to be my remainder of 4. And for a lot of our kids, here's what I'm going to tell them to do. For the kids that feel really comfortable with this, they need to be checking their work. How they check their work is they take their quotient, 965, and multiply it by their divisor, which is 6. And then they're going to add this 4 to whatever answer they get. So 6 times 5 is 30. You carry that 3 over. 6 times 6 is 36, plus another 3 is 39. Carry that 3. 9 times 6 is 54, plus 3 more, 57. Whoops, sorry, 57. Now I just add 4 to this. So 4 plus nothing is 4. 9 plus nothing is 9. 7 plus nothing is 7. 5 plus nothing is 5. So 579 is here, and it's also here. And this is their way of being like, well, I know my answer is correct. Move on to the next one here. Same thing. They're going to have to do all their 2s off to the side. I'll spare you watching me do that for now. Start again in the very first position. How many groups of 2 can I make with 9? Well, the closest I can get is 8. What gets me 8? Well, 2 times 4 gets me 8. I subtract that. 9 minus 8 is 1. I bring down my 4. What times 2 gets me close to 14? That would be 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 14 minus 14 is 0s. I bring down my 1. And this is where a lot of kids have trouble. Well, I can't make any groups of 2 with 1, so I need to put my 0 up here. By me putting a 0 up in the quotient line, that allows me to bring my 2 down. Now I have a 12, and now I can finish my problem. What times 2 gives me 12? It's going to be 6. And I have no remainders. So this means that checking my work will be a little bit easier. I don't know if you can hear my son in the background yelling that he's done with his bath, but he's just going to have to wait for a second. Again, we're going to check our work. So we're going to take our quotient, which is 4,706, and we're going to multiply that by 2. 6 times 2 is 12. I'm going to carry that 1. 2 times 0 is nothing, plus 1 is 1. 2 times 7 is 14. Carry that 1 over. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. That's my dog in the background starving to death. This matches my quotient, which means that I got this problem correct. As far as the multiplication is concerned, this should just be review. I'm just going to do this one for you guys, and then we can go over the last one in class tomorrow. But again, I'm going to put my biggest number up on top. I'm going to put the smaller number underneath, making sure that I'm lining up the place values. I'm going to start here in the ones place. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 2 is 2. I'm done with my ones place, so I'm going to cross him out. I'm going to put a 0 down here to hold the ones place. Now I'm going to start in the tens place. 2 times 4 is 8. 6 times 2 is 12. And then 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 more is 5. Now that I have these partial products, I'm going to add them up. 4 plus 0 is 4. 6 plus 8 is 14. Carry that 1. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 1 more is 5. And I bring my 5 down. The product there is 5,544. Thank you guys for doing these with these kids. I really, really appreciate you guys doing the work at home. I kind of had a conversation with both classes today about seeing an improved effort. This is going to be a real grit test for most of them. This is probably the very first thing in math that they've had to come across that they are struggling with. I'm having a lot of kids, all the way from, my kiddos who need extra help normally to the kids who normally can just get it on the first time and fly. They're really, really struggling. And that's okay. And I just told them today, guys, I'm coming to work every day with a positive attitude, knowing and believing in my heart that you guys are going to get it. I've been doing this too long to know that there's never been a class that's never gotten it. But we can get it quicker and we can do it better if we can maintain positive attitudes. We can maintain our engagement and participation in class when things get hard and challenging. I know it's easy for us to just lock up and say, well, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. But it's not really a choice we have. It's not really something we get to do. When things get hard, we pull ourselves up by our bootstraps and we work until we get it. And I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that we will get it. Tomorrow is going to be a pretty important day. So thank you guys for your patience this evening with the video. I hope this is helpful, and we'll see everybody tomorrow.